And the more I listen to, like, I'm reading a book, like the book of Thomas and the book of Enoch, like the books that they left out the Bible. I'm reading this shit. Mary Magdalene and
What is that? The books that they left out the Bible? I haven't heard of this.
yeah. So I mean, if anybody here is religious buff, I'm not trying to offend anybody
Fuck 'em.
because I was once there, but the Bible's not real. Like, the Bible is made up of fables and stories passed down from different men who it's very few of what Jesus actually said in there. And the more I research and I look into this shit, it's like it's really just a mechanism of control. Like, you're not supposed to do this, this, and this because it's in the Bible. But the Bible, if you think about it, the Bible only really benefits the rich white man. It don't benefit nobody else. And a lot of the shit never made sense to me as a kid. Like, how the fuck did a woman come from a man's rib, but now women are the ones having babies? Like, why wouldn't they just
Continue to do that.
continue?
He's like, oh, it hurt. Make
But
her do
oh,
it.
this hurts too. Like, what?
Make her do it.
Like they say, like you're born through water, right? And you're supposed to, like, when you spare somebody's ass, you're supposed to release them in the water. That's why when you get, like, what's it called when they dip you in the water?
Baptized?
Yeah, when you get baptized, they dip because you're reborn again because
Right. You were dipped in I got you.
the
I'm
body
with you.
comes through water. What part of a man has fucking water?
I mean, 70% of it. You mean a male specifically?
Right. No, yeah, of males though. I'm saying, like, if a baby, exactly that's what I'm saying. A womb. It's a womb. A womb is in a woman. A man.
Right. Okay.
So that alone, and I used to always question. I'm like, Mom, this doesn't make sense. Like, can you explain it to me so I understand? And you ask anybody that shit in the church, they cannot explain it to you. They're just like, oh well, this is how you're supposed to believe, so believe it. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
what?
I think one of the things about I won't even say the church. I'll say any church specifically, and that's why they have the hierarchies. Is so it helps people not have to think about those things. So when you ask them, like, maybe if you ask like an older pastor or somebody who's really studied this shit, you know what I'm saying, they may be able to formulate an answer just based off the reading it so much. But it's like when you ask like just a regular churchgoer, it's like, I don't fucking know. I come here because they said to come to church on Sunday and they said to tithe and do this and that,
That's
and I'll feel better. But it makes people feel better. Like, I'm all for things that make you feel better.
I think
do what you do.
I think it makes people feel better because we're taught that if we don't go, we're sentenced to a life, eternity of doom. Like,
Right.
like if you really
They
think
carry them
about
to
this
stick.
shit, like, God made us, but he made us sinners, the very thing he hates, right? He quote unquote hates. He put sin in us, but he loves us, but he put sin in us. And we're now supposed to go our whole life praising and worshiping him in order to not have an eternity of hell,
Yeah.
doom. Okay. It's just, if God is love and God is kind and God is all of these things, the shit just does not fucking make sense.
Yeah. I think that's the ultimate question with Christianity and why people end up.
It's a mechanism of
delving
control.
from it.
I feel like they brought us over in these boats, drilled this dogmatic approach in our heads that if you don't do this, you go into hell. So it's kind of like, and I tell people all the time, like, if you gotta threaten somebody with hell just to be a good person, are they really a good person, or are they just scared of going to hell?
But it's like, I just recently watched the book of Eli, and you know how he was bringing the Bible back to the people, and all the people were acting in a hellish manner, and they was like, he knew that if they got the Bible back, then the whole world would go back to change and people would start being good again. Like, it inherently, things that push a narrative of being a good person, no matter what they do at the top, they inherently do help society. If there's more people who feel like they should be a good person.
Right, but I feel like
do shit like
that goes to your soul though. Like, my actions, I'm doing this shit because, like, I don't want to go. My actions are good, yeah. So cool, it makes for a better society. But our bodies are temporary. Where's our soul go? What does our soul really crave? I'm doing these actions on earth so I'm not, according to the Bible, so that I'm not sentenced to an eternity of hell and fire and misery. But what does my soul want? Like, you telling me like a child predator who wants to, because he doesn't have kids and he doesn't act on it, and he never has to get his spirit and his soul in line, because all he has to do is not act on it and believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for his sins to get into heaven. That should never sat right with me. All I have to do is repent and ask and believe that Jesus died on the cross for my sins to get in heaven. So we all in that bitch. All it takes. Hitler up there, who knows what that nigga said before he died. Like, that shit just don't sit right with me. Like, I can't believe that. Like, it just, and don't get me wrong, I believe in God. I know God is real. I know God. I believe in Jesus. I just don't, the religion part. Like, I find that as a mechanism for mass control. And it's like, it's a mind game, I feel like, and it only benefits the white man, honestly.
So how do you feel like it benefits the white man though?
Because first, the Bible, it had slaves. It told you to you supposed to honor your husband. Like, basically, the man's the head of the household. The man controls the woman. The man does this. And when I say the white man, like, yes, a black man can benefit, but in America, just black men don't have no,
in our situation.
Yeah, black men don't have real power. You can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best black man in America, because that's how that shit's so divided. So when I say it benefits the white man, it's because when you look at all these politicians and they go around toting the Bible and pretending to be a Christian or whatever, it's because they can. Like, it's because that the Bible says that, okay, this is what a Christian looks like. A Christian does this and that. And I feel like that's a lot of times how they get through to what they're getting through to. Like, they came over and I don't know. I just feel like that shit is just so, like, it's a control thing, because.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear when you talk about shit like white Jesus. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, they made him in his image.
Let's be serious.
And it doesn't benefit anybody. It damn sure don't benefit a woman. The Bible, they left out so many books about fucking women and the power that women had. They left out that God actually had a wife. But they're never going to say that, because they make it seem as if the man is all powerful. The man doesn't need.
Does that make him more powerful not having a wife?
I feel like not more powerful, but like all saying, like, what he, like, when you place a woman at the same level as a man, I feel like some men may feel threatened by that, because men are taught from a young age that they're the head of the household. They run everything. Like, they're the masculine energy. Like, masculine get shit done. They think with their heads, more to say. But I feel like the whole analogy of, like, a woman coming from the man's rib, it's
You're
more
not fucking with that woman coming from the rib.
That shit is so diabolically stupid. Like, the more I listen to it,
you wasn't trying to hear that shit at all.
When I heard that shit, I was like, that shit literally does not make sense. But I feel like the more, like, I look into my spiritual, it's the masculine energy comes first. Like, you're taught to think with your brain first, and then the feminine energy, which is the emotions and the using your heart, that came. I can see that. But but
they both were required, so the balance still is there.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. So look, we just dropped the Patreon. That means access to this full interview early and other few interviews like it, as well as essentially an apprenticeship from me digitally. Now, this Patreon is going to have 2 tiers. The starter tier is going to come with early access to full videos, behind the scenes content, tattoo and piercing quick tip, ad-free content, as well as information recommendation. That means any book, ebook, YouTube video, course, whatever I come across, what helps me is gonna help you. Now, the second tier, that's only for the hustlers. That's gonna have access to everything I just mentioned, as well as in-depth tattoo videos with technique voiceovers. These are not time lapses. This is full 2, 3, 4 hours, however long it takes me to tat, you're gonna see all of it. Also gonna have my Piercing 101 guide that's already up, my Piercing 102 guide that's on the way. I'm gonna drop the gems for the entrepreneurs. I'm gonna have things for clothing lines, manufacturers, how to speak with them, etc. I might even do some personal critiques for those trying to be tattoo artists. Be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the Patreon.